Are you ready? 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 Are you ready for the Year of Shame Challenge?
Hello, welcome to the December episode of the Year of Shame Challenge podcast 2016. It's December, we're nearly there. We have a few days to go. And with me, as always, on the show, we have Matt, we have Jayce, and we have Neale.
Yay.
How are we all doing, fellas?
Fa la 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 la. Full of mistletoe and wine. I'm definitely full of wine. Can you be full of mistletoe?
You probably can be, but I don't want to see the video.
Yeah, that's on the dark internet, I think.
And
I imagine there are mistletoe insertion videos out there if you choose to find them.
Yeah. How are you doing, Matt? You alright?
I'm doing very well. I'm very excited to be on the last show of the that will be recorded within the challenge boundaries. It's all good.
Excellent.
And it's Christmas in a few days. I love it.
Do you get excited for Christmas?
I do, because when you got like kids, they tend to psych you up a bit. You'll know soon. One day you'll find out. Your dog must be getting excited.
Yeah, righto. Tried to put a reindeer antlers on it the other day and it shit itself. I was being quite forceful, but you know.
Persevere with it. You've got to get that photo and become one of those people.
Become one of them. Yeah, no, as if I'm going to have kids. My sperm is long dead. I think far too much. My nutsack is just for show.
Unfortunately,
Sorry, carry on.
Unfortunately, normal-ish people like yourself have to have a kid to try and balance out the fucking dregs of society that pop them out like fucking shelling peas. So you can't get out of it that easy.
Damn.
We'll come round and feed you in like a horse or something.
Okay. And if nothing else, somebody's got to fucking change your fucking colostomy bag for you in a few years' time.
It's true. Mind you, my missus is 8 years younger than me, so she'll be around for a lot longer. She can do it. Anyway, video games. Let's continue.
Yeah, so we're recording this, everybody who's out there listening, on the 21st, which I think it makes it 10 days to go.
Yes.
It does make it 10 days to go. Don't listen to what Neale says. It doesn't make it 11 days to go. It makes it 10 days to go.
It's 10 days now. It's 11 days this morning.
On the 31st of January. It's now the 21st. That's 10 days to go. Don't fucking give me this, it's after fucking midday bollocks, or the fucking day you're on counts. So it doesn't. Shut up.
I'm with you, Jayce. And in 2.5 hours, we'll be in single figures.
Oh, we'll probably still be here fucking yapping if last show's anything to go by.
Yeah, we probably will. So I think we can honestly say that none of us have failed, barring an absolute fucking disaster.
That's a long time to go yet,
mate. Or PlayStation game sales that are going to kick in tomorrow, which is going to be a repeat of the old Black Friday bullshit.
And don't forget the Steam sale, which has already started, and I've avoided like the plague, but I hear very exciting things about 50, 60, 70% off quite big name games.
70% off, bloody hell.
This is my worry
Steam
now.
Window.
Moving into the next week when I have a list of games in my head I'm going to buy in January, and if they're all half price this next week, it's going to be a tough decision to make. Anyway, we'll crack on. We'll go on to thoughts and feelings. So I'm looking at my magic screen in front of me, and I'm going to go with Matthew.
Hello.
How are you doing?
I'm good. My thoughts and feelings, what are they? So, I've been getting all super excited about video games again.
Yay!
To the point where I caught myself making mental lists of all the games I want to buy and had to tell myself, no, Matthew, have you learned nothing from this challenge? The whole reason you did it...
Is this the same person who, not fucking many days ago, on our fucking WhatsApp group, said, I'm not even going to buy anything in January, I don't give a shit about fucking buying.
It is that same person, yeah.
It's not even the WhatsApp. On the last episode, if you remember, when we had 5 games we were going to buy on the 1st of January, he couldn't even make a list.
No,
he
did. He made 2 lists.
I know.
Yeah, but he couldn't even make a list with actual games on it. One was a headset.
I don't know what's happened. In the last few days, I've suddenly started thinking about games, because I guess it's with less than 2 weeks ago it's become real, and
yeah,
I've got I found myself doing it and going, right, here's the list of things I need to buy. And I thought, this is exactly why I'm in this situation this year, because I bought too many, I don't have time to play them, calm it down, Spink. So I've tempered it a bit. I think the main thing was the excitement of playing multiplayer games with real people in a modern game that didn't come out 3 years ago. I've been getting very excited about Battlefield 1 and the many community members who are still playing it. So that's been sort of getting me all psyched for video games. And I suspect I will click buy and download within an hour of midnight on New Year's Eve. Because I want to play that game with people and blow shit up. So my feelings are excitement at video games being good things and all is right with the world. I thank you.
Cool. What about you, Neale?
I'm super excited that this is nearly over, guys, if I'm honest. It's been such a long year. It's been awful. It's been really bad at times, and it seems to have taken 2 years to get to this point. Sometimes it's been easy, sometimes it's been absolutely tragically difficult. And to think that we are 11/10 days away from being in a position where we're not constricted by said rules just feels liberating. Actually, the excitement of Christmas, I can actually feel it because it's about, finishing this shit and getting it done. So I'm doing something very similar to Matt. I'm looking at games, and thinking, right, if you come to this price point on in January, if you're this, then I'm buying you. You're yeah. But many would say, well, have you not learned anything then from doing the challenge? Well, yeah. Learned lots of different things from doing this challenge. One thing I have learnt is I love playing video games. Missing out on some of the video games that have come out this year has been chuffing hellish. So I think Matt's enthusiasm for Battlefield 1 has become infectious for me. I've started looking at that as well. And yeah, I'll probably join you on that, Spink.
Yay!
Definitely. I think I'm looking at that and thinking, because I remember playing a bit the kind of the trial and thinking, yeah, I like this. So my thoughts and feelings. I'm just really excited for this to be over. I've enjoyed it. I've enjoyed what we've done, and I think it's amazing that we've got to this far and none of us have failed. I think it's a testament to the camaraderie and also the fact that we all know that whoever failed would get the absolute piss ripped out of him for months.
Yep.
Probably, now we have Jayce's address as well. We could probably send him shit through the post. Actual shit.
Please do. It'll make a nice Christmas pudding for me.
Yeah. Because you can't afford your lecky bill. It'd be like a bit of heating for you for a little while.
I do. I wouldn't burn it like biomass in the corner.
Yeah. So no, I'm just really glad that we're towards the end. Sad in that it's such a momentous thing is coming to an end for us this present year, but also just really glad at the same time. Cannot wait. Let's get it over and done with, guys.
Probably in the same boat as you, Neale, in the fact that Matt's Battlefield 1 is rubbed off on me a little bit as well, and I'm even thinking about picking it up just for shits and giggles. I'm the same. I can't wait for this to end now. I think I have 4 or 5 games that I'm going to purchase in early January and play them all. I may have an event happening in January, which means that I'm going to have a lot of time for video games. A little thing called redundancy and garden leave. 3 months of garden leave to play all the games I want to play is going to be quite nice.
Gardening on gardening leave.
Yeah, exactly.
You're going to
I've got
trim your
no
bush.
gardening to do. I'm caught up.
We'll get you farming
Xbox
simulator.
leave.
We'll get you farming simulator, and you can do some gardening that way.
I think the one thing that's happened to me this month is I've been having dreams about Hitman.
That's a fucking slippery
You dirty
slope, mate.
bitch.
You need to fucking
I've
have
been
a word.
having dreams about playing Hitman, and I've been watching YouTube videos of all the fantastic things you can do on Hitman, and I cannot wait at 1 minute past midnight on New Year's Eve, providing I'm at home and not out. I'm going to buy that game, and it's going to download as I go to sleep.
Have you been
Right, I'm
sneaking up on
play it
people
when
in
I wake up.
Tesco's yet?
Not yet.
It's like fucking reliving Hitman, even because you can't do it on the game. You've just been sneaking up behind people and fucking with a frozen
Stealing
fucking
cucumbers.
leg of lamb.
I think all the videos I've been watching is there was some fantastic ways and different ways to kill people in that game. And I think Hitman of old used to be there was one very precise way to do each mission, and now I was watching one video that just this guy was sneaking around for ages and trying to work out, and in the end he picked a meat cleaver up and threw it from the other side of the room straight through the guy's head, and it was like he did it, and the mission finished. I'm just like, oh my god, I want to play this game so badly. So yeah, I'm ready to finish. I'm pleased with myself being the one who was voted early on, the first to fail, and I haven't, and I'm ready for it all to be over.
Yeah.
And that's me.
But you just go back to one point you said you'll buy it at 1 minute past midnight on New Year's Eve if you're not out. AD, come on. We're all of that age. There's no way that we're out on New Year's Eve.
No, we're actually...
Screw those 5 deep 20 minute waits at bars. Screw that shit.
No, but we might be at relatives, so...
Have you got a
You've got
visa? You
connection?
just remote play into it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You got internet connection. Come on.
Just tip up at their place with your PlayStation, fucking under your arm, your Xbox under your arm like this. Don't mind me, I'm just plugging this in. Fuck Jules Holland. Fucking get this plugged in. I need to download it.
Yeah. Happy New Year,
Hullabalooza.
everyone. Right, see you later. So,
Is it Hullabalooza, isn't it? Jules Holland's Hullabalooza.
No, it's Hootenanny.
Hootenanny. Hullabalooza. What's that?
I have no idea what that is.
Right, Jayce, go.
Yeah, I'm feeling many emotions. I'm feeling positivity that we're doing so well and we're getting so close to the end. I'm feeling sadness because there's still that. This 10 days feels like a fucking eternity. It feels like the last 3 months have felt. Because now, like everybody else, I really want to play some more games. My gaming buzz is back in a big way. I've been enjoying playing games. And yeah, I need something new. I lost count of the number of times that I go on my Xbox and I flick into games and apps, and there's like 170 fucking titles in there, with all the games with gold shit and the shit I've had before and all the fucking crap that's in there. And I go down and nothing jumps out at me, nothing excites me to go and fucking turn it on, because I know I want to play Titanfall 2 and I want to play Final Fantasy 15 and I want to play Forza Horizon 3 and I haven't got any of those, and I want to play Rocket League properly and I haven't got that. I've got all these things doing my fucking head in, and yeah, I will be buying a game at fucking midnight. Whether it just be Rocket League to fucking play something, I don't know, but something is getting purchased at that time, and then I'm gonna fucking go balls deep on something. Fucking stand by whichever game I fucking do get. If I do get Titanfall, the world needs to fucking watch out, because I need to fucking play catch up, and I will be killing motherfuckers. In a big way, but yeah, that's all part of the excitement. I'm also feeling, and this is more important. I'm also feeling massively proud of our team, our collective team. I think we've all supported each other. We've all clubbed together to overcome the demons that have come upon us. Yes, we've all tried on a daily fucking occurrence to make each other buy games, but it hasn't been meant in any particular way. I think it's just been bants, epic fucking bants in our WhatsApp group. It's been a bit fraught at times in there, and but I think, yeah, overall, I'm just happy that we've done what we wanted to do in doing this year's show, which was to bring the Euro Shame Challenge back on track. I think it had gone a bit wayward over the last couple of years. And this one, I think we've done it proud. We've stuck to the rules that we've imposed ourselves. We've stuck to the ethos of it, of we're trying to do it to the best of our ability and not fucking be wankers about it. Although we are wankers to a greater or lesser extent, I think we can all be proud of ourselves. If I had it in my power at the moment, I would have purchased us all a game and said, fuck it boys, we're this close, I don't care, let's all have a fucking game. But I've got an electric bill to pay, so I can't. But the feeling is more important, I think, than the thing. But yeah, I wouldn't even be upset that much if any of us were to fail at this point. But I think we're that close that it's just stupidity to do it.
Of course.
And I think that would be a massive regret for any of us at this point if we did. So yeah, I'm feeling fairly chipper, and now I'm halfway down my second gin. I'm feeling even better.
Yeah, I think the feeling that you're right. I think the camaraderie, like I mentioned, and like you just mentioned there. I think we could have easily. I think at one point, I think all of us were very tempted to kind of give in at one particular point, and we haven't, and it is something to be proud of. And we've played the challenge our way, and I think it's I agree with you, Jayce. I think it's fantastic, and I think these 10 days are going to go incredibly slow because it's going to feel like Christmas Day, Christmas morning. It's going to feel like this is the day that I get to play new video games, but it's not. You've got to wait longer.
I think also it's just come to me that obviously we've got the new lot which were introduced on the show last month, and that was received pretty well by people. Those guys are gearing themselves up for it. But I think we've set the bar nice and high. So there's no way that those guys can't try and follow in our footsteps at least. I think we've set it at a point where they've really got to knuckle down and fucking take the ball by the horns and try and emulate us, really. And I'm interested to see how well it goes for them. I'm
interested to see as well because knowing them all individually, I know I kind of like know their gaming habits. I believe like how often they play and how come over hardcore gamer they are. And I knew that two of them in particular are going to really struggle not to buy the titles that come up because they do kind of get sucked in. And if they can learn anything from what we've done is just stay together, stay rock hard, and you'll do it.
Do you know what else I think we've done better than anyone else on previous challenges?
Have massive penises? Sorry.
Yeah, and...
we do that better than most people.
This is the 13th show in a row that we've all been here. No one's missed a show.
Yes.
All here,
correct.
All together.
Present and correct.
Which hasn't happened before either.
Admittedly, sometimes we might have had to slip it a little bit in order to do that, but I think we've been better off for it.
Yeah. Definitely. Right, thanks guys. Let's
Can I very quickly add something in the feelings bit before you jump into
of course you can go on
things.
If you must.
So we're talking about how good we are for not getting this close and not failing. So we've got Christmas coming up in a couple of days. Yeah. I think we chatted about this in chat, but not on the show. I'm hoping to receive a video game for Christmas. 6 days before the end of the challenge, 5 days before the end, whoever's calendar you're using. Or maybe 7, I don't know. Anyway, close to the end.
6.
If I do receive said video game, I will be playing said video game between Christmas and New Year. Because Christmas week for me is a really important gaming week. It's the 1 week when I'm at home, my family at home, but there's not a lot of shit going on, and I probably get more gaming time in that week than I do in many other weeks. So some people may say that's failing, playing a Christmas gift, but I don't give a shit, and I will be doing it, playing video games in that 5-day period. So how do you like them apples?
Well, on that bombshell, I think we can only put it out to the listeners to give us their feedback on that. And by all means, everyone roast away on fucking Matt and tell him what an arse he is.
I know I'm getting a game for Christmas because my wife came home from shopping the other week with a bag that she put down by my feet. And laying on the top of said bag was Gears of War 4. So
that
I know
boy, obviously.
Christmas. No, it's mine. So if there's a Gears and Beers session before New Year's Eve,
sure.
I'm there. I'm doing it. Fuck it.
Well, the thing is, we've set ourselves quite...
Jayce is in despair.
I know, Jayce is not liking this at all, is he?
Listener, Jayce has had his head in his hands, he's shaking his head, he's uncomfortable.
The thing is, we've all set each other's our own targets. We've talked about gifts and we've done it all. We've talked it all to death. We've talked about DLC and all that kind of stuff. And if you get a gift, it's not your fault, is it? If it's a legitimate gift, it's not your bloody fault that your wife's gone out and got you this and that. And it's come on.
I would also add that I didn't get any games for my birthday, which was only a few days ago. So I've had to wait the whole year anyway. Had I got one for my birthday, so I know there'll be
He's
people
only
like...
had £7,000 worth of PlayStation and Steam credit to spend in that time
No,
as well.
I haven't. I've still got all my Steam credit. I know people will say, like Jayce, what are you doing? There's a few days left. But as far as I'm concerned, to get 360 days through the year and get to my favourite gaming week of the year and play some games, I don't personally see that as failing the challenge.
But you haven't, though, Matthew, because you just said you didn't receive a birthday gift, and people are allowed that. You're allowed. It's it's one of the things that's part of the rules. If you want to accept gifts on your birthday and at Christmas, you can. It's not. You're not going to fail.
I think the rule we set was that you was allowed one Joker and one gift, and you could say having more than one gift is kind of a bit of against the rules. But do you know what? It's 6 days before the end of the challenge. It's Christmas.
Yeah, I'm cool with it.
We've all done
I'm totally cool with it.
fucking so well. I mean, me here,
Jayce's face.
I've bought 2 games this year. You know, one was a gift, and one was my Joker. I would have bought that before the end of January had I not been on this challenge. I'd have bought it before the 5th of January if I hadn't been on this challenge. So, yeah, I'm with Matt. I think it's perfectly acceptable if you get a game for Christmas from your missus to play it.
I will be.
Remind me next year when I'm doing Tough Mudder to get within a cock's length of the fucking finish line and then just go, fuck it, I can't be arsed this bit, I'm just going to the car. Because that's what you're fucking effectively doing. You're doing the fucking London Marathon. You're going all around past the Queen's House, down the fucking river, and you're getting within a fucking dick length of the fucking finish line, just going, I can't be arsed now, I may as well not fucking bother. Just fucking crack on and go home.
No, because the London Marathon...
The
London Marathon is a long, consistent...
the London Marathon's only fucking 4.5 hours. This is 366 days, bitch.
Exactly.
Don't tell me the fucking London Marathon's fucking long.
Doesn't compare. I'm happy with it, but you're always saying content, Jayce. So I'm sure this will give us some content or feedback.
Okay, well, I look forward to the next show. 6 hours of roasting fucking Matt Spink, and
I will enjoy it.
All
I
your
haven't had
listener
roasting in a
feedback
while.
to the usual places in the domestics at the end.
Let's put it
Back
out
to
to
you,
Ollie.
Wade.
See
Back
what
to
Ollie
you in the
thinks.
studio.
Right, so we'll crack on and we'll move on to Neale's section, which is all the shit that's been out in the last month that we haven't been able to buy.
All the shit.
All the shit.
I know that
Okay.
Christmas isn't a busy month for games, so this should be quite easy.
Yeah, well, okay. We've said that before, Jayce. Okay, so first on the list, it came out on the 29th of November, which is obviously after we recorded. Final Fantasy 15, which came out on the Xbox One and the PlayStation 4. Matt, interestingly, I want to come to you first. What's your thoughts on this?
My thoughts are I will be buying this game in the new year. However, my learnings from this challenge, despite my apparent misinterpretation of the challenge rules, are that I don't need to buy it straight away. I will hopefully have a Christmas game to play. I will hopefully have Battlefield to play. And I won't have time for this game, so it will wait until I'm ready for it. But I will definitely be dropping this because it looks like a whole load of fun. The best analogy I heard recently was Witcher 3 Lite.
Oh, okay.
So that to me is not a bad thing.
Saying that, let's go to 8. I'm joking. Carry on.
So if it is Witcher 3 Lite, and I think that also did refer to slightly light on sensible story, but also much lighter on and more fun with the combat and that sort of thing. I think that's not a bad game to play in the spring lull. So I anticipate it being a March kind of purchase for me, but I will be getting it. But I'm not that gutted I've missed it. So
Okay.
I'm happy both ways.
Okay, excellent. AD, thoughts?
I've never played a Final Fantasy game, and
Well,
I don't
ever?
intend to start on this one ever.
Get
I
out.
don't intend to start on this one.
So that's worse
So-
than fucking him with his fucking 6 days to go, that is. You need to get a grip of your life.
Yeah.
No, never. I've never had. I've always. How to put this without sounding like a dick?
That'd be right hard.
I've never been that bothered with Japanese games.
Oh, you
Racist.
dick.
Blokes was blokes with spiky hair who shout and jump in the air, and all of a sudden they're fighting big monsters. That's probably my uneducated view of those games, and therefore I've never had the interest to even try one. And I'm probably wrong.
I kind of get where you're coming from a bit, and I've played very little Final Fantasy, but I kind of really like the setting that it's a road trip. It's a boy's road trip before that he gets married, and if you kind of ignore, and they are toned down, but if you ignore their eccentric Japanese RPG isms, I think it's essentially a road trip with the boys, with some fun monster fighting rather than bar brawls along the way. And I think it's, from all accounts, it's the most accessible and most westernized of the Final Fantasy games.
Exactly what I was about to say. You're on about all this Japanese RPG thing, but there's very little JRPG in there from what I've seen.
Yeah, and it's probably, as I said, that's probably my uneducated view of those games, and I might play one and love it.
But you didn't like The
I want to
Witcher,
go back and play them.
I can see similarities with The Witcher in style of game and sort of things you could end up doing. So, but it hasn't got Gerald in it, so
fucking good job. It might be something that I watch some YouTube videos and think, hang on a minute, this looks quite interesting. But it's just one of those that I've just never bothered with. Never been interested, never been bothered. Same with another game that's coming up. I've never really seen that hype or been involved with it. So, no.
Okay, fine. Fair dues. Jason, I'm going to go before you, if you don't mind. I can see you on the edge of your seat, but I'm going to go.
I'm actually on the edge of my seat as well. It's because I've got quite a deep sofa, so I have to sit on the edge so I can see all your faces. Whereas if I sit at the back, it's fucking miles away.
Do you lose stuff down that back of that sofa quite
Look
often?
how fucking far back this fucking sofa goes, look.
You've got a pinhead now.
Yeah.
Go forward.
Anyway, enough of that.
I would like to play this game as well. I think I'm similar to Matt. It can wait for me. It's done really good on sales. It's not have to worry about the studio. They'll make fucking loads of money. But I'm going to chuck it on my rental list. And I'm going to place it quite near the top. And hopefully I'll get lucky in about a month or two's time and I'll get it, try it. And if I do like it, as much as I think I'm going to like it, then I'll keep it until it's completed. If not, I'll send it back and get the next title. So, yeah. Go on then, Jayce. Hit us with your knowledge.
I don't think I need to, Matt. I think we spoke at length about this last month.
Okay.
And when we talk about what games we want to, what we're looking forward to and stuff, I am looking forward to this game. I am going to play it. I don't know if I'm going to do the same as you and stick it on, because I am going to get Boomerang next year, I think. So I don't know if I'm going to stick it on there and see when it comes around. It's certainly not going to be the first one I go for. I really still think Titanfall 2 is going to be the first one. So looking forward to it. Bring it on. Bring it on.
Right, don't go into Boomerang until there might be a recommend your friend thing, and I'll recommend you. Otherwise, I might get some free months myself. Excuse me. So next on the list is Steep, which has come out on PC, PS4, and Xbox One on the 2nd of December. Right, Jayce, go on, Jayce. I can see the excitement in your eyes. Come on.
No, I just got something to say. I quite like a snowboard game. I'm a massive lover of fucking SSX games, and the SSX game, which is on EA Access, which I played last month, I really enjoy getting back into it. It's very much reminded me of the fun I had on Tricky and all that. This one with the open world thing, you can do the wingsuits and all that. It looks like there's quite a lot in there, but I'm disappointed by the fact that some people have said it's like old shit. So it's already dropped massively in price. I expect it to go down to around about £8 by the time January comes around. So it could be a nice cheap purchase. So I might set myself like a £13 line or something. If I see it for that much, get it then.
I think the thing with this one, every video I've seen of this, every Let's Play or whatever, is just people putting the wingsuit on and face planting into the snow or into buildings or into various obstacles, rather than actually doing any of the actual gameplay of the game.
It needs a Hall of Meat mode then, doesn't it, from Skate 3? That's what it needs.
It needs something, but it worries me that every video I've gone to has started, or the highlights of the video or whatever, have been someone putting a wingsuit on and face planting and giggling. And if that's the most excitement you're getting out of the Steep game, then...
See, as the developer, if I was seeing that, I'd want to throw in a bit of DLC, a bit of free DLC, and mode, like Hall of Meat or something, where you're going out to do that and fucking work off that. If that's the only thing that people are enjoying off it, then stick a patch out and fucking build that in and go, right, let's play on it.
Good point.
But I'm not, so I won't.
Are you not? Oh, okay.
Damn. We'll go back. We'll go backwards. AD, have you got any thoughts and feelings about this?
No, it looks, from what I've seen of it, it looks a bit limited, really. It might be a game you pick up, play for a few hours, and kind of get a bit bored with. So, I'm not a big fan of these kind of games anyway, so not for me.
Didn't expect that. Didn't expect that at all.
Well, you, Neil, you're going to
Like-
surprise us
like
in your
to
John
surprise.
Watson pose that you're striking there.
Am I?
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
I'm deal with that.
I'm having technical difficulties, so I think once we're done with this section, I might have to run off and grab some different headphones
Lube.
because I've got lube on already. That's come on now.
That's part of the
Both-
preparation for the show. It's in the show.
Yeah, exactly. No, my headset's having a bit of a mare, and I think it's picking up on the sound of it. So you have to excuse me, Steve. It surprised me because I think I saw a couple of bits and bobs before it was released, and it kind of looks like it was gonna fail on its arse. But I've seen some positive reviews, and a lot of people that I trust their opinions about are enjoying it. But I think I'm going to do the same as Jayce. I think I'm going to either check it on my rental list and see and try my luck. And again, try a weekend. Might be, just pick a couple of achievements up or a couple of trophies or what have you, and then send it back. Or if it comes down to super cheap and it's in the next kind of big sale, why not? Everybody likes a bit of drunken fun, falling down and testing the mechanics of trying to break your neck as violently as possible. Come on, everybody likes that. That was one of the best bits of Saints Row 2 and 3, with the challenges to kind of get yourself run over and messed up. So, I'll get into that. What about you, Spink?
If it was super cheap at some point in the future, if it was in the £5 bargain bucket somewhere, I'd maybe give it a go for a laugh. But I like the idea of what they're aspiring to do. And all the positive reviews I've read, all the positive parts of reviews I've read, have said it's a nice place to go and explore and look around and see stuff. But it doesn't sound like it's got that gripping adrenaline rush bit that you'd expect from an extreme sports game. So, maybe a £5 bar for me. And I'll give it a go. Yeah.
Do games go
Okay, he
down
wants
that
to give it
cheap?
away free in his cornflakes, doesn't he?
Jesus Christ.
Or PS
Sorry.
Plus. PS Plus. I have it on PS Plus.
Well, that's the thing, this is a premium title for something along those lines in 6 months' time, I think. You might get lucky. Right, let's move it on. Let's keep it snappy. The next one's going to be straightforward, and we're just going to mention it and move on. PlayStation 4 got its conversion of Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3. Are any of us into those types of games? Jayce?
Yes, I was 8 years ago when it came out on the fucking 360. But yeah, not
That'd be a
now.
no then.
Because we're waiting for the new one now. They've told us the new one's coming out. Don't give us the old one. Give us the new one.
What is a Marvel vs. Capcom game? What style of game is it?
It's a beat 'em up.
Ah, okay.
It's a
Street Fighter style thing.
sideways on beat 'em up. Fucking very much in the old school. You got Marvel characters, you got Capcom characters.
Okay.
Iron Man punching fucking Dante in the face and stuff. It's very good fun.
It's
My boy
very-
likes it.
It's very cocaine driven, I think. It's very loud, massive noises, huge explosions, adrenaline filled by the looks of things, the things I've seen it in the past. AD, anything to do with you?
No, don't like fighting games at all. The last fighting game I think I ever played was Tekken on the PS1, PS2.
Things have moved on since there, AD. Honestly, it's got loads better since then.
Yeah, I'm kind of just I play a fighting game like this.
That's what
on
everyone
one
does.
button.
Yeah.
Yeah, but there's
What?
but I get my ass kicked, so no. I don't
That's
play.
what everyone does. This is no different from everybody else. So this is
No,
three
not for me.
genres of game we talk about here, and Aid doesn't like any of them.
I know, what the hell?
If it's not The Witcher, he's not interested.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, let's move on then. Dead Rising 4 came out on the PC and the Xbox One. Now, Anybody bothered? We've talked about this one before, anyway, haven't we? About the games that are coming up and the kind of the
More
expectations and stuff.
zombies to
The,
kill.
yeah, we've kind of gone over it to death. But let's do a very quick roundup now that we're towards the end of the challenge. Is this something that you might be tempted for in 10/11 days time, Jayce?
Yeah, just a rental one again for me. I think this is definitely a rental one. Go on, see the mechanics, kill some zombies, have a laugh,
Yeah.
send it back. Laters.
The thing is, I think the only thing that's appealing towards this is the co-op. Having played a lot of Dead Rising, yes, exactly, a lot of Dead Rising 3 in co-op, like 2-player co-op and 3-player co-op more, it's actually very, very good. And I've purposely kept away from reviews and discussions about this because I didn't want to tempt myself into wanting it before I'm allowed to have it. So if this is along the same kind of lines as 3 in what you can do, then yeah, why not? Spink?
You know, I love co-op long time. We need to try and synchronise our boomerang things with that, possibly.
Oh yeah, let's do that.
That's a euphemism and a half.
Synchronise boomerangs.
My answer, Neale, is nope.
Okay. And AD?
I've played Dead Rising 1, Dead Rising 2, and Dead Rising 3, and never really enjoyed them after you get through the first kind of the novelty of killing zombies with excellently constructed contraptions. And I find myself getting bored after a few hours, so I think I'd steer clear of this one.
Okay, excellent. Right. The next one on the list is... there might be a bit of discussion on this one, possibly. Maybe not from one corner, but definitely from another, maybe. The Last Guardian came out, finally, for PlayStation 4. What's people's thoughts? I'm going to open it up. I'm not going to pick on somebody. Just somebody shout out. Would you buy it?
No.
Matt? Help me out here. Come on, say something, you prick.
Yes.
There you go.
I wasn't interested in this. I've seen trusted friends posting little videos of it, and it looks like an adorable intrigue of a game. In that it's probably not the most exciting, and the story is probably not the best, but apparently the whole interaction with the AI is very interesting, and I will pick it up when it goes for cheapsies next year, definitely. It's not very long either. It's like 6 hours, something like that. 6-7 hours.
6 fucking hours?
Something like
They've
that.
been making it for 23 years.
I know.
Fuck a dog.
I'm going to
That's
make a promise
cheeky.
on this. A promise on this podcast right now, because I feel like I'm in the wrong, not enjoying Final Fantasy or not knowing about Final Fantasy or Last Guardian. I'm going to go away over the Christmas holiday, watch some YouTube videos, and then on our next episode, tell you what I all think. Tell you all what I think.
What,
just
just
did
about
Neale,
those
isn't
games
there?
or about us? You're going to
Both.
be pissed and you're just going to...
You're a cunt, you're a cunt, and you're a cunt.
I still don't like him, the wank.
And the games are shit as well.
Oh, Jayce, now, would this be something that you'd want to play? Have you ever played Shadow of the Colossus or anything like that before?
I was looking through my old games box, and I've got a copy of Ico in there still, PlayStation 2. I did dabble with these games, but not massively. It was a bit of a weird period when I wasn't playing many games. I'm interested in it, just to see what has been gone on for 20,000 years of fucking development cycle. If it only can take me 6 hours, though, and it's mostly going to be some story bollocks, I'll probably just boomerang it and be done with it over the space of a weekend. And yeah,
I
and
think
probably
what's
slag it
intriguing
off to
about
death.
I think what's intriguing about The Last Guardian is, I think we said in the last show, we mentioned it and we talked about games that have such long development cycles always being a letdown. It sounds like they have somehow managed to keep up with the times and use the time to deliver something that few frame rate issues aside, is pretty well polished. And the people who've been waiting for it haven't been disappointed, unlike with some other long dev cycle games. So I think it'll be worth a look, whether you boomerang it or pick it up cheap. I don't think any of us would come away disappointed, because I don't think we've hyped ourselves up for it. So, and it's only 6 hours of your life, so go balls deep.
Might as well, aren't you? Me personally, I like the look of it. Yeah. Won't buy it for full price. It will come down. It'll be a bit of a landslide, I think, by February time. You'll be able to pick it up for 25 quid. But yeah, it's the one for the rental list that I cannot wait to press the activate button on. And yeah, we'll see what happens from there. Okay, so the next one on the list is it's a demo, and I don't know whether anybody's played it in the kind of like since it's been released, but it's getting some really good reviews, and it's actually making me a little bit twitchy. Has anybody played the Resident Evil 7 demo yet?
Not yet, but I, like you just said, was listening to a podcast today who was raving about it. So I do think it's going to get a download.
Yeah. I don't go for scary games. I usually avoid them. I turn a bit spink when it comes to actual proper horror games. I turn a bit spinky. Because you don't like stuff like that, do you, Spink?
I don't. And this is on VR.
Yeah.
On the PlayStation.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Fuck that shit. I haven't even touched the kit. I've got the kitchen demo with my PSVR and I've not even fired it up. There's no fucking way. I asked my missus if she'd sit in the room with me while I tried the demo, but she said she won't. I'm not doing it on my own. No way.
Oh, wow.
But if I do it, I will film it.
Yeah, of course. You need to record that shit. Jayce, what about you?
Nah.
I don't do horror. I don't think I'll ever do horror. The most horror game I've ever played recently was Until Dawn, and that had some fucking spooky bits in it as well that I don't think I want to reproduce, especially with something that's as gore-fric as this one. Okay, the next one is a very straightforward thing because we can't really talk about it because none of us own it. Is the DLC for Horizon 3, the Blizzard Mountain. Jayce, being the expert, does this look any good?
It fucking does, mate. Supercars in the snow. What could possibly be fucking wrong?
January the 1st, 2017.
Given the fact that the weather effects on Storm Island for Forza Horizon 2 brought new stuff to the game, and then obviously they brought that weather then into Motorsport 6, which I haven't played as well. Yeah, I think this looks awesome fucking funsies to have.
Excellent.
We're on that, Aid. We're on that.
January the 1st, mate. That's one of the 4 I'm buying that day.
And will you be doing a season pass to get this, Aid, do you reckon?
Yeah, definitely.
Fuck it, full on VIP edition.
Yeah.
Go for it.
Why not?
Too fucking right. I've not bought a game for a year. Fuck it.
See, we'll talk about it later, but this is the thing, isn't it? You're like, how helpful are we going to go with our wallets? Matthew?
No.
You're not bothered about stealing
No.
the son's Xbox to play this?
No, probably not. I don't think I'll have the time. I think I've got to be realistic. I don't get much time to game. I need to pick and choose, and I want games I can play in my lounge away from the other telly so my wife can watch her telly and I can go in there, and the Xbox isn't conducive to that. So I will let it pass, but it does look like a very good game.
Okay, right. We'll let Matt talk about the next one. And this is now known as Matt's Corner. We need some Jackanory music for this bit. Matthew, tell us what you know about Space Hulk Deathwing.
I know that I was looking forward to buying Space Hulk.
Yes, you
Deathwing.
were. This has been your what's that? What was your joke called again?
Black Desert
Yes,
Online.
exactly. This has been your Black Desert Online. You liked your.
Speaking of which, I have been watching a few YouTube videos lately of various video games in my excitement, mainly Battlefield. And you get those little adverts that pop up along the bottom of the video, sort of where the progress bar is. The last week or so, they've all been Black Desert Online fucking
Are you
adverts,
joking?
just to rub my face in it. You bought this, you twat. And yeah, Space Hulk Deathwing I was really excited about. A friend of mine, friend of the show, Vimesy, we were talking about getting this in January and doing co-op through the campaign. And then the reviews came out and it sounds shite. It sounds awful. Unless you're a massive, massive Warhammer fan, of which I am not. I have a passing history with it. I enjoy the Warhammer universe, but not on any level a fan. It sounds really dull.
Okay.
Really dull. So I think this is one where the challenge has served me well, and I've not rushed out and bought something that I would have thought fuck about. So I don't think I'll be getting it at all in the new year.
Fuck.
Unless it comes down, because it's a PC game, there's every possibility that there'll be a Steam sale in the summer and it'll be a tenner, and then I'll probably jump on it. But
And then play
Silly
20 minutes and never play it again.
yeah, exactly that. So no, bullet dodge.
AD, no. Jayce, no. Neale, no. We'll move on. The last game is something that the kind of game that we've talked about many a time, so there will be absolutely nothing on this, is the actual new season of The Walking Dead. It came out on the 20th of December on absolutely everything. It's the first game that I've seen in quite some time that's come out for the 360 and the PlayStation 3. So we're obviously spreading the net quite wide to capture as much as possible there.
I think that tells you a lot about the quality of the game if it's still coming out on 360.
Is this piqued anybody's interest? AD?
Yeah, I'll pick this up, but I'll wait till all the episodes are out and it's in a sale for £5, £8, something like that, which it will do because all the others have done that. Whether it's next August or next Christmas, but
Okay.
yeah, I will. I enjoy those games. They're good stories, not too long. You can get through 5 episodes, 1 episode a night. Play the game in 10 hours, 1,000 game score, and they do tell a good story. So yeah, I'll definitely be picking this
Matt?
up.
No?
No,
Okay.
definitely not.
Jayce? Definitely not.
Aiden just said story about 6 times.
Yeah, exactly.
Fuck off.
I think one thing that we've learnt, and I think if the eagle-eared out there will have noticed throughout this entire episode so far, a lot of us have said the same 2 words over and over and over again: sale and rental service. And I think you've got to take away that this is actually something that we've actually all learned, that actually the games that come out that we get all excited about and we get thrown down our faces in social media and then reviews and first 10 minutes and stuff like that kind of thing. There's other ways and means to play these games, people, and I think we've learned our lesson well. And that's it. I don't think, unless anybody's got anything that's not on the website that I steal these from, I don't think anything else.
There
Go on then.
was
Go on then.
There was one notable one that's not on there. The fact that the Hitman game had a 2-day special Christmas mission where you had to go and kill Marv and the other guy that I can't remember from Home Alone.
Yeah, I saw that.
Which is a 2-day timed exclusive. Over now, finished.
Right,
Bastards.
AD, put your penis away
Missed out.
about Hitman, okay? I know you like his big, bold, shiny head, but put your shiny head away, okay? Because these timed exclusives have been coming out for the last 10 months, so I'm not going to mention them on every single bloody episode.
I know.
Stop it! You're just
I know,
torturing yourself.
but Hitman.
Just stop saying Hitman.
Hitman.
Do you know, Adi, do you know where I'm at?
Tell me.
I actually quite like the episodic thing and the time exclusive thing and the feeling of doing it as and when it comes out and when you drip fed it. So I'm not going to pick up Hitman. I'm going to wait for season 2 and do it episodically as and when it comes out.
I'm going to do both.
That's because you play games too much on your gardening
I know.
leave.
I know. Right, let's move on to pile progress. So
Welcome.
thanks for that, Neale. I won't come straight to you. I'll give you
Thanks,
a
Stu.
voice arrest. Jay Stokes. Pile progress.
Progress of piles. Weird one this month. Not weird in the fact that I've played anything on a pile. That's never going to happen. It's a bit too late in the game for that. I had a realisation this month that when I really like a game, I'll fucking play it. And the reason I haven't played a lot of things on my pile is because I don't fucking particularly like them. Other than a few notable exceptions. But most of my gaming time this last month has been spent on the fucking back compatibility list. Because 2 big things happened in the last month since last recording. Skate 3 came out on back compatibility, so I found my dusty old copy of Skate 3 for for the Xbox 360 and played some of that. Got back in the Hall of Meats with my mate Willie. And I also, this last week, downloaded Burnout Paradise that came on back compatibility and on Games with
Paradise
Gold.
City.
And my fucking God, that game, considering the age of that game, it stands up still so well. I had the boy over the weekend. He was playing it. He was loving doing some takedowns and that. Massive proud parent moment for me, watching the boy do taking down some fucking cars on Burnout. And the fact that I can still remember 90% of that map. I know where everything is, other than the few odd obscure things. It just shows what happens when you put 125 hours into a game over 3 weeks to get all of the achievements. And it's one of the few games that I've played and got all the achievements
really?
on.
I didn't know that, Jayce.
So, so I did not stop playing that game until I'd got every single challenge. That was every single solo thing, every single 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 player challenge. 123.5 hours it took me, and then I didn't play it for a while after that. But so I've been back on the back compats, but classic games remain classic, and my pile of games remain unplayed.
So Jayce, if they was to announce a remastered version of that to bring the graphics back up to date, different soundtrack, things like that,
You don't need to.
would you be tempted?
I think graphically, it still stands up really fucking well.
Okay.
Yes, when you get close in on the textures and
The
stuff.
textures are terrible.
I think the polish that was on that game was underestimated at the time, and the fact that most of the time you're travelling at 500 miles an hour, you can't see anything anyway. You don't need to remaster that.
I've been playing it this week as well, and I've never noticed when I've played it first time around how annoying Nolan Noyce's voice is. You are here,
Nolan. Who's Nolan Noyce?
North dickhead. Did I say noise?
Yeah, Nolan Noyce's voice.
His voice, that's what it is. I was
Get some Nolan
I was
noise in this
blending the
game.
word north and noise. Noise. Fuck you guys. I've got a speech impediment, okay? He's very annoying in that game. And I didn't realise until I've been playing it. Because I've put about an hour and 2 hours in this week since it went backwards compatible, so I've been enjoying it as well. But I realised that I got all the really easy achievements, so I was quite annoyed about that. The fact that you can't re-get them. That's bullshit. All right then, Jayce. Anything else, Jayce?
No, more of the same.
Right, we'll move
It's
on.
fucking too
We'll
late in
move
the
on to
day.
Matt
Don't
then.
fucking start me.
Come on, Matt. Share with us.
What have I
progress
done
of your
this
piles.
month? I keep saying week. Okay, I haven't played much at all. I've done a Jayce this month. I played something. Hold on, let's have a look.
Done a Jayce,
Okay, yeah, I've
you
played
just
something.
masturbate.
Yeah. Masturbate to keep warm. So, I have played some things. I did play a free-to-play game. Hi, Penny. That's brilliant. You get a little beer
Yes.
service. Did you have to ring a little bell under the table?
No, just a little WhatsApp. Could you bring me 2 beers, please? 2 beers come 1 minute later.
Can you send her to Bristol with a couple as well?
Yeah, she's a keeper. She's a keeper, mate. So I've been playing a free-to-play game on the PlayStation called Let It Die.
I've been playing that too.
It's odd. I don't think I probably would have given it much time had I not been on the challenge. Had I had other stuff to play, but because I didn't, it was quite handy. And it's probably a cross between Dark Souls and a roguelike, and it's alright. Bit of fun. Probably put 10, 12 hours into that in the last couple of weeks. And I got to smash Neale's face in with a...
My character.
with a hammer.
My character, okay, not actually physically.
Oh, yes.
It beat me.
Yeah, no, I didn't beat you. So I smashed your character, your avatar, its face in
So
with a hammer.
to explain, it's kind of like the drivatars from Forza games. So when
Yeah.
you're not playing, your characters are running around the tower, as it's called, and causing trouble. So no matter where you leave them, even if you don't even leave them out in the wider world, they will be out there and they'll chase it down. So I've had Spink come up to me before with his little miniskirt on and why is your character female, by the way, Spink?
Because she looked quite
Remember
fit.
who you're
That's
asking
true.
this question
That's
to.
a silly,
Come on.
silly question.
For fuck's sake.
She looked quite foxy in those hot pants.
Okay. I've had Mantis Matt beat the crap out of me. Quite a few people. I've not seen Ollie yet, though. Have you seen him out in the?
No, nor have I. No, I haven't, because he only friended me recently and I haven't played it since. Sorry, Ollie. I'll hunt you down
I've
later.
been hunting. I've been trying my best, but I don't know whether it's different servers or what have you. I don't know, but I can't find him.
Okay. We maybe we'll go Ollie hunting
Oh.
later. So I've been playing a bit of that. I got my PSVR back from Sony, a replacement one. And I've been playing some of the demos with the Move controllers because thanks to you, Neale, pointing out some stock alerts, I managed to get some Move controllers and I have been playing with those and they're pretty good.
Come on, tell us a bit more about it. So, is the PSVR, is it working now? Is it back to what you thought it was going to be?
Yeah, it's all spot on. It does have a very minor little thing that is a common issue, which I'm sure they'll patch out at some point, where the view rotates a little bit over time. The center goes out, but you can easily reset it. I had that with my old one, but I managed to fix it. The fix didn't work on this one, but all the issues with it all pointing up and all that shit, all gone. So I have been also playing the game that I got with the bundle. A full game. That's what Ollie's discussed. Eve Valkyrie, and I put quite a few hours into that because once you strap that headset on, you can't look at your watch, you can't look at the clock, you can't get any sense of the time of day, and you can easily lose 4 or 5 hours dogfighting in space. And you know, it's fucking awesome.
Oh,
It is so good.
oh.
Don't get me wrong. I mean,
Are you getting any kind of motion sickness? Or...
not at all. I think
No?
because you're in space, and obviously none of us have ever been to space, but we are all aware that there's no real gravity and none of that. You're not expecting.
You don't have a false horizon, which is what causes
Yes.
motion sickness.
You're saying we've not all
Exactly
been to
that. So you
space.
can-
Look at Jayce's face. He's definitely been to space. Look at that.
Yeah.
He definitely has.
Not
He's
all,
been to
not
space.
all been. Yeah.
Jace has.
But
Sputnik.
I mean, it's this funny one because graphically it's not the best. I think because it's got to process a lot of shit. It's a little bit low res, but when you're in that spaceship and you've got the headphones in and you've got the 3D audio and you're getting voice prompts and you're getting lock-on alarms and you're going around and you get the hang of it and dogfighting, and I've unlocked a new ship where I've got an eye-mounted eye-tracking cannon, so wherever I look I can get lock on and then start shooting with a head cannon like an Apache helicopter. It's fucking awesome. It's so good. And anyone of my friends who's a gamer who comes around and wants to try it rather than just like friends and family, I would put them in that because it's brilliant. And if they announce VR support for No Man's Sky, that would be fucking brilliant. So good because the graphics on that game are suited to PSVR tech, and I think that really bring that game up. So loving my PSVR, hoping to get some PSN credit for Christmas so I can buy a few proper games for it. Tethered AD, I really like the look of.
Yeah. Awesome.
So I've been doing a lot of PSVR and having fun with the family with them playing it. I got an extra controller for my birthday so we can all muck in and all join in on the sort of the games that people not wearing the headset can play. I think Sony have done a really good job with PSVR. With the technology and the limitations of the cost barrier, they kept the cost down. I think it's a great piece of tech, as I'm sure Jayce will agree from his time with it. So I've been doing a lot of that, and I did play one other game, which was on my list, which was a PS Plus game, which kind of links to the horror thing, but not. But because I'm a pussy, it was, because it had a thunderstorm, which is Gone Home. I played through Gone Home.
Let's not
this
get
week.
into the debate about Gone Home again.
Well, I'm not going to have a debate. All I would say is I enjoyed it. I knew it wasn't a horror game, so I wasn't worried, but it is quite creepy still, going around a house on your own in the dark with a thunderstorm going on. I found it quite an enjoyable story. I like a good little love story.
Don't spoilers.
All right. Cut that out if you want.
I'm just joking. Carry on. I have no
but-
idea.
No, it was good. It took me about 3 hours. I didn't manage to find all the hidden bits. I only got one trophy. A lot of them are hidden. I don't know what they are. I'm not going to go back to it. But It's good fun, and it's one off my list. So my list now is looking pretty good. I haven't got much left on it, which is where I wanted to be, really. So I've had an okay month. Thank you very much.
And good night.
Cool. Right, I'm going to jump in and go next and leave the best till last, Neale. So I've not played a lot this month at all. I played The Last of Us, which I started last month, and completely finished that game. And it's a fucking masterpiece, and that's all I'm really going to say on that one, because it is just stunning.
Without spoilers, AD, did you like the ending?
Yes. I think it was quite a dark ending.
Yep. Did you cry?
Yeah.
Did you cry at the end?
Not at the end.
Cried at the beginning, though, didn't you, Aid?
It was good.
There was many points within the story,
Yeah.
yes, but not at the end.
Oh, the end really upset me, actually. But no, I'm glad you've got to play it, because it's such a good game.
Yeah, and I think we've got a question later about was it worth it, but the challenge. But that game was definitely worth it. I then on the Xbox just started playing the first Tomb Raider, so the definitive edition. I have played it on the 360, but I thought I'll just work my way through that when I've got a spare few minutes. I actually agree with you, Jayce. I think compared to the second one, there's far too many quick time events that you forget about when you move on to the second one. So I'm getting through that. And I started Uncharted 2. And I did want to get it finished for when we recorded this show, but I've not managed to do it. For those of you who've played it, I've just finished the train section midway through.
Yeah,
so I think I'm just over halfway through. That's about it for me. So not too much at all this month. So over to you, Neale.
That's the last.
Yeah, you.
Come on now. I've been playing Let It Die as well. I've probably put a lot more hours into you, Spink, but probably not got as far as you might have done.
I've got nowhere, mate. I haven't even done the first boss.
You've not even done Coet, and you've not done the sub-boss?
No.
Oh.
I've been grinding around the bottom levels, and I've been meaning to take the boss on or sub-boss on. And
Matt's been grinding around
At the bottom end. It's a bit Friday night. It is a grind. I think that game, there is a lot of farming to do. And
yes.
I wasn't expecting it. The problem is, and I've kind of mentioned it a little bit on Twitter to a couple of friends, is that I've never played a game like Dark Souls. I've never played Bloodborne, and I've never played any roguelike games before. So all the mechanics are all brand new to me, and strangely, it's compelling. It's weird enough for you to want to try and work out what to do. It's not very. There are instructions, but they're not clear. And there's lots to that game that you just think, what the chuff is this going? What is it doing? I have no idea. And I'm actually finding it quite compelling to try and work everything out and gain an understanding of what's going. And I think that's probably why people like those kind of really tough games. So I've been playing quite a lot of that actually. That's the kind of game that you put on for. I put it on tonight. You put it on for 10 minutes and you're an hour later. What else have I been playing? I've not, but by the way, before I continue, I've not done anything else on my pile of shame. I think looking at my pile of shame, I'm not going to do any more on any of it. There's lots of games I've not, well, I say lots of games. There's 13 games that I'm not going to touch that are on there. They can stay on there. If it gets dry in the next summer, then, so be it. But stuff, I have played quite a bit of Fallout. Mainly because of the mods have been turned on for the PlayStation 4. So I'm just being a non-PC gamer and obviously not having it on Xbox. I don't know what mods are. I know what mods are, but I've never had to use them before or anything. I was quite intrigued. So I've done quite a bit of Fallout 4. I think I finished Far Harbor DLC, which was quite good. I got back into No Man's Sky. Did we? Please correct me if I'm wrong, but did we talk about No Man's Sky and the update in the last episode? Did any of us play it since then?
I'm trying to think when the update came out. I think we talked about getting back into No Man's Sky, but that was pre-update.
Well, I've played post-update. Have any Spink of you, AD, you?
I've had a dabble.
No.
I had a dabble.
Well,
What are your thoughts? Because it hasn't done enough for me to lure me back in much.
Right, well, it's a strange one. You can see what they're doing, and they are making a good decision in what they're doing. I think that what they're doing in that you can create your own home base, and you can hire your own staff to kind of evolve this base, and the way that you farm materials now, it's given the game legs. It's given it more of an objective than rather than getting to the centre of the universe or finding out what the Atlas things are. So, go on then, Matthew.
On the flip side, I agree with you. It has shown some potential, but for me, do you know what it's actually had is almost the opposite effect. It's made me start watching Elite Dangerous videos.
Well, it's not, well, I don't know if you've seen Twitter the last day or two, but then the latest update, 1.3 or 1.2, has been about space battles, larger space battles,
I've seen a couple of little videos of larger battles happening.
Previously on No Man's Sky, you were in these space battles on your own, and you had, between 1 and 5 or 6 ships after you. And I think what they're trying to do is get it into those. You feel that it is a bit more dangerous, but we all know that's not the point of No Man's Sky. No Man's Sky is about exploration. It's about resource management. It's about kind of planning what you're doing and knowing what you're doing and spending that time doing it. And with the ability to create your own base, your own home kind of base. And you can actually build storage units, so you don't have to sell stuff now. You can actually, if you're on a planet and you've got all the iron ore coming out your arse, you can then take it all back, drop it off, and go back again. And you can just really farm the crap out of that game now. And for me, it's added a good bit of life into it, and I'm actually really looking forward to the day that Jayce gets to play it in its current state. Because not only I still get excitement, like the way that you can take off and land on a planet that you've never been on before. I still, even though there might not be a lot on there, or there might be the same kind of repetitive things on there, I think what we talked about when it first came out, where you place the story in your head and you create your own story and about what you're doing and how you're doing it, I still get that buzz from it, and I think it's lost. You guys, AD and Matt, have lost it, and I can't wait till Jayce gets into it again. So I played that, and what else have I played? I'm looking around me. I played a bit of Burnout Paradise. I can't think of anything else. It's done. So let's move on.
Yeah, let's move on to the questions we've had from our lovely Facebook friends. So over to you, Jayce.
Okay, moving on to the questions. We put the call out again the other day with the last show within the challenge being put out, and we've got loads of questions. A few of those we've covered before, so we're going to skip over those probably a little bit. But and we've got one big question which we want to do right at the end, so we'll get to that one. So Richie Forder, he's been on again, gobshite. If you could make a New Year's resolution for one of your co-shamers, who would you do it for, and what would it be? Anyone got any ideas on that one?
Yes.
Go on, Ed. It's us.
I would make Jayce play a game which was a very good story.
You could fucking try.
So you're not interested in playing The Last of Us then?
No, not interested.
Not
interested.
No? Oh, mate, have a heart. It's brilliant.
Isn't it all fucking story bollocks and fucking quick time events?
No.
No.
The gameplay.
I'll tell you what I'm
good.
going to do. I'll tell you what I'm going to do, Jayce. I'm going to send you The Last of Us in an envelope.
I'm not promising.
Tomorrow. Don't want you to promise me. I just want you to consider it.
Okay.
Give it a go.
I think
I'll stick it on my Xbox and see if it plays. Sweet. Move on. Who else has got one? Who's got one? I'm trying to think of one. You got anything, Matt? Are you gonna?
I didn't see this question somehow. Was this added late? or did I?
No, this was the second question that we got. I've got one. I've got one. I would make a New Year's resolution for Matt Spink to start playing games at a reasonable time when other people are awake and not play between the hours of 1 and 3 in the morning and then moan at us that we haven't played multiplayer together.
I'd like to counter that resolution. My normal gaming slot is not 1 a.m. to 3 a.m. It's more like 10:30 start time, which I appreciate is still quite late. And it unfortunately, circumstances and things mean I do not get to game as early as many of my peers, and I miss out on a lot of the multiplayer stuff. I have set a bit of a resolution on that vein for the new year. I am going to make the effort to once a week try and get on, make things happen so I can get on a more reasonable hour to get some multiplayer action going on with people, because that's the biggest thing I've missed this year. It's really important to me, so I am going to make the effort to shuffle stuff around, get everything organised a bit quicker, let the missus know that I'm going to have a bit of a gaming time and try and get on earlier so I can enjoy it. So I will accept your resolution, Jayce, because I would like us all to have some fun times.
I think I want to expand that as well, because a lot of times we've all moaned about not playing games together, and now we're going to go back into the land of being able to buy games. We do need to focus in on a game that we can all play together, hopefully co-op, if not at least blooming competitive, and enjoy some time together that we haven't done. And I think that's one of the biggest drawbacks of this year. We haven't had a chance to do that because we haven't all had the same games or systems that are compatible.
Yep, definitely up for that. 100%.
So Titanfall 2 on Xbox, guys. Yep.
Yeah, boy.
Battlefield 1 and PS4, guys. Yep.
Yep, you can do that too.
No.
Yeah.
Next question.
The next question was from Adamski. He simply says, was it worth it?
Oh,
Yes.
It's always worth it. It's always worth it to challenge yourself to something, learn some lessons from it, and come out of the other side smiling. And I think most of us have done that, so I would consider it's worth it.
yeah.
Yeah, I would agree. Definitely worth it. If only for the fact it made me play The Last of Us, and I got to play Life is Strange, which I might have done anyway. But The Last of Us might not have hit my gaming time this year had it not been for this challenge. So yes, it's definitely.
I think you can compare it to, like, has it been worth it? Well, is it worth doing Tough Mudder for the first time? I'm sure it really hurts. I'm sure that at points you want to quit. I'm sure that it actually physically and mentally drains you. But I'm sure when you come out at the end, and as I've seen Adamski do his first one with Jayce, when you come out the other end, you're smiling like some sort of lunatic that's come out of a clown school. It's ridiculous. So yeah, it is worth it, but it's bloody hard doing it.
I'll also add the angle that I think it's been worth it for the enjoyment of recording a podcast. I know Jayce does the lion's share of the work with the editing, which we all appreciate. But doing a podcast has been fun, and the group chat throughout the year, Jayce alluded to earlier, it's been nice to feel part of a sort of small team doing something together, and a group hug, and I've enjoyed it for that as well. I've really enjoyed it for that.
Not to mention the fact that we've given you all a wonderful 13 months, soon to be 14 months of entertainment for your pleasure and your ears to get you to sleep at night.
So I think that's a resounding yes to that question,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Oh shit!
Sweet.
Yes.
Well said, Neale.
Beer on the keyboard.
Oh, it's
Beer
got absolutely
beer
sticky
explosion.
goodness gone all over me.
Oh dear, we're at that point of the night already, are we? Okay, next one. Cy Stevens was on, and he said, "What have you learned from doing the challenge?" And for Jayce, did it reinforce the previous learnings, or are you now just all members of an ever-growing club of men that, after 12 months, go, "Why the fuck did we do that?" I think we've kind of alluded to it in the previous answer. We're not at the why the fuck did we do it. We know why we've done it, and I believe we've all kind of said we've learned the lessons, haven't we? We've learned not to jump in two-footed into the full price experience just because it's there.
It's also,
I think that's the main aim for all of it. Maybe not for you, Jayce, because you've done it before. I think that the other three of us, I think we've all realised that you can wait, you can bide your time, unless it's a big multiplayer title that you all want to play together and get excited about, which I think is a different thing. Most games you can pick and choose and wait, and I think we've all done that. And
the speed at which the prices drop these days is ridiculous in a lot of cases, so that makes it even more pertinent.
I think that's the thing. I think you have this subconscious feeling that you have to buy a game when it comes out because it's there. Games don't go anywhere. They'll be there 12 months later. So Uncharted that came out in February 4, we can play it. It doesn't make a difference. We can still play it. So yeah, no. Next question.
Si's been on again. He's put a few questions in. So he said, if you could nominate one person to do the challenge, who would it be?
Really?
Now, this question's gone around a few times, and a lot of people have said they'd like to see fucking Matt Moore do it, or fucking Baldock do it, or something like that, which they've vehemently said is never going to happen. Dougie was mentioned in the conversation recently, and he could give it a big fuck off as well.
Do you think it?
I'd like to see Matt Jones do it.
He needs it.
I think he'd be so entertaining watching him on Twitter getting really fucking angry at missing everything. So I'd nominate Matt Jones.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd second that.
He'd lose his shit after a month and a half.
Yeah, I know, it'd be so entertaining to watch him melting down live on social media. It'd be brilliant.
I think it'd be good to get back at Ollie.
Oh yeah.
Oh, sorry,
but
encouragement.
The thing with Ollie is that Ollie doesn't buy a great deal of games. He plays certain games a lot, such as Warships and that sort of World of Tanks. He doesn't buy a huge amount of games.
We'd have to caveat it and take that off him, wouldn't we?
Yeah. Ollie, without any free-to-play games.
Yeah.
There's no games with the name
got
World in them.
World.
Yeah.
See, I would like both Matt and Dan to do it just because having spoken to him at the beginning of the year when they knew we were doing this and EGX, etc., and the conversations I had them about why I was doing it and how it was, it would be good to kind of put them through the same kind of mincer that I've gone through. But actually, the person that I would nominate is actually doing it next year. Derek plays far too many video games, and he buys them almost instantly. And I think he's going to really... He may have a back catalogue of 300 video games. It doesn't mean he's going to play them. And it doesn't mean he's not going to want to play the new games when they come out. So I'm actually really looking forward.
There's a bit of an elephant in the room with Derek, isn't there? Because I'm pretty certain Derek's a writer for Midlife Gamer.
All covered last week, Matt. Thanks for listening.
No, well, I did, but I think there was a lot of skirting of the issue. I think...
No, he actually said he's already told both people he writes for that he's not writing for them next year. And he's not going to have any review copies.
Yeah, but I think that's easier said than done. I think he's been... What I was trying to get at was, I think because of his unofficial job of writer for the Midlife Gamer site, he's used to playing lots of games and receiving lots of games to play. And as much as he said he's told him he's not going to do it, I think that's going to be a real shock to the system for Derek. To suddenly not be receiving this list of games saying, I need you to play these and write an article about them,
Not just that with Derek as well, though, because he writes and he's very heavily involved in This Is Xbox as well. And not only only is he writing reviews, he's involved in games when they do videos, streamings and stuff like that, and they stream new games. So he's not going to be involved in the kind of let's plays and stuff like that, and the kind of discussion. So it's going to be difficult for him, and it's going to be, we've had a good season. I'm looking forward to seeing how Derek handles it next year. So yeah, my nomination would be the Bike Meister. Next question.
Cool. Si says, in the age of equality, who will be the first woman to attempt the challenge? This does not include what Neale gets up to on a Wednesday.
He actually said that, dirty bitch.
Yeah, it is today. Only question in brackets. I thought I'd read it out because it's part of the post. So yeah, Neale's cross-dressing aside. Well, anyone can do it. Anyone can put their mind to it. It just so happens that there isn't a great pool to choose from in terms of women to do the challenge. But if any women are listening and they think they can handle it, step yourselves up, ladies. Let's see what you're made of.
That'd be interesting. Because are women's gamers' buying habits exactly the same as men's? Is our the actual disposable income is it the same? It'd be interesting to know. It should be exactly the same. It should be a mirror comparison. But is it?
Don't they have a higher resistance to pain though? So surely the pain that we felt through this year.
Yeah, but the thing is, they say they've got a higher resistance, but I've seen our Mrs. Stubber toe on the shower thing. She cries like an absolute girl.
So we don't know really. Si is the answer to that. What game do you miss out on? What game did you miss out on thanks to the challenge? But now reviews are in and the community have had some time. Do you feel you've actually dodged a bullet on? We've covered bullets dodged, haven't we?
Yeah,
Did somebody have a new bullet dodge recently?
Yeah, Matt was on about.
Oh, you had Matt, wasn't it, with his Deathwing?
Yeah, I think we've covered
bullet dodge
quite
a few
a lot.
times. Yeah. What game would break you if they announced it was coming out tomorrow but would only be available until the 31st of December? It's quite a specific little game release window, this 10 days.
That's a hard question.
I was thinking about this in the car today, and I racked my brain, and I came up with a perfect answer. Portal 3.
Ooh.
Oh, fuck me. Straight in there. Portal 3 would do me in instantly. Crackdown 3 would do me in instantly.
For me, it'd be if they suddenly announced it was all a joke and Red Dead Redemption 2 is coming out tomorrow, but you can only buy it before the end of the year. That would do me in. Definitely.
I think for me,
Peggle 3.
I think you'd be.
Black Desert Online 2.
You guys have got loads. I think for me, the next Mass Effect. If they said that you know what, we finished it, it's ready, but you can only buy it between these dates. I'd lose my shit. I would fail the challenge. I think I'm so grateful that Mass Effect didn't come out this year and it's actually next year, because that would have been a massive pain in the knackers.
Yeah.
So interesting question.
Yeah. I think the real answer is if anything of any great fucking substance and any great weight to it came out in that time, we'd all just say bollocks and buy it.
Mm-hmm.
So that's probably more like the truth.
Too damn right.
But especially those ones we've mentioned. Cool. Matt's been on, Matt Jones, previously mentioned, and he said, which game nearly made you break? And Adrian knows the answer to this question.
Hitman.
Matt, did anything nearly make you break?
Hitman.
I think Battlefield 1, actually. I was really tempted at the time. I've got super excited again now. That one was the one I really felt I'd missed out on. Battlefield 1.
Neale, what's got your bum twitching the most?
Oh, it's such a difficult one. Titanfall 2. Surprisingly enough. Not surprising, actually. I knew I was going to miss this shit when I knew it was going to come out. Mechs with swords. There's the gameplay value of it all. So, yeah, Titanfall 2, I'm probably going to buy that on January the 1st. It'll be one of the first games I buy.
It's probably top of my list as well. Agreed with you there, sir. Agreed. And finally, penultimate question. Now you're in sight of the finishing... Oh, sorry, this is Craig Duraz. Now you're in sight of the finishing post. What one piece of advice would you give those undertaking Euroshame 5? And you can't say don't do it, because that doesn't count. We did do this... I think Adi and I gave a piece of advice last month. So just leave it to you guys, Matt and Neale. One piece of advice to those guys.
I would say, not blowing our own trumpets, but have a look at the spirit in which we've undertaken it this year. Because much we've moaned about it, and it has been difficult. We've all had a pretty good journey. It's been quite enjoyable as a group to support each other and get through it together. And I think if you're going to do the Euroshame challenge and do it properly and get through it without really struggling, I think a group mentality, support each other, is a really important thing, because you're on a journey
together. Can't we all just
together.
gang up on Trev though?
Sorry, say again.
Can't they all just gang up on Trev? That'd be better, wouldn't it?
They could do, and he'll give as good as he gets. But I think if they're gonna do it properly, I think you need to all really have each other's backs. Otherwise, it could be a really fucking painful thing to do. So I'd say teamwork.
Yeah.
And we're always there for a cuddle if you need it.
Indeed.
I'd say two things. Yeah, I echo Matt. Teamwork, work as a team towards a goal, because you're only as weak as what's the saying?
You're only as strong as your weakest link.
Exactly, and we discussed at the very beginning of this who our weakest links would be, but we've all carried each other through this quite well. And also, I think the last piece of advice I'd give is if you're very tempted to buy a game and you're very close to pressing that buy button, or you're very close to walking into a retail high street, count to 10, turn around, say, I'll go and have a look tomorrow, and in 24 hours you'll change your mind. Because I've done that about fucking 10 times.
And ignore all the goading in your fucking group chat where everyone's going, buy it!
Yeah.
Just buy everything!
You get drunk all the time, Neale. Just fall on your button. Just buy it. Don't tell me to do stuff.
Allegedly.
Can you imagine if every time 3 of us had ganged up on one of us to buy a game, we'd bought a game. We'd have bought more games this year than any year ever.
Yeah.
There's been a lot of that going on. Right, to finish this off then, we've had an email. A fucking actual bona fide email.
An electronic mail?
Backdoor Ben, no less. But this is awesome, this email. I'm going to read this out verbatim, so bear with me a few minutes. Ben says, "Hi guys, well done on surviving the year and keeping a great podcast going throughout. You are all indeed better men than I." Well, we knew this, didn't we?
Yeah, from day dot.
Yeah.
We'll miss your soothing voices over the next year, but we're sure to see your faces again at EGX and or Tough Mudder. So, as a little thanks for the show, off the back of November's episode and a bit of boredom at work, I put together a little trophy achievement list, which is attached to this email, so that you can show off your hard work to all your friends for even more bragging rights. It's tried to make it so everyone had some trophies, but memory of what went on at the start of the year is shite, so you have to make do. Fair enough. He said, "We are all winners. You're all winners to me, but it would be interesting to know who got the highest score over the course of the year. All the best, guys. Happy Christmas and all that shite. Get drunk and buy all the things, but you actually be allowed to do it and feel no remorse unless you buy cheap hookers. Then the remorse is well deserved." Cheers, Ben. You're a legend. Right, I'm going to go down this list of achievements that Ben's put out, and it's 1,000 gamer score, and he's got the trophies in there as well. But I don't understand that shit, so we'll go off the gamer score. So I'm going to read out the title of the achievement, what it's for, and the score, and then Neale's going to top these up and see how much we score amongst us. So the first achievement is called "But MPQ and warships don't count, yeah?" And that's achievement for paying for a free-to-play game.
Paying for a free-to-game? No. I've not done that.
Now this is pointing at certain people in the room.
How many points is that worth, Jayce?
That's worth 10 gamer score. That one.
I will happily take 10 gamer score for that.
Me too.
Okay. I'll try it once for spending one episode sober.
That's me.
We all get that one. I think we've all been sober.
We have all been sober at one.
How much is that?
That's 10 gamer score for that one.
Each.
This isn't so bad as an extra achievement for spending 3 episodes sober. 10 gamer score for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, AD's got that
I'll
one.
have one of those. Thank you, sir.
Definitely got that one.
I think me and Neale failed on that one, didn't we, Neale?
Easily failed.
But it doesn't feel right as the next achievement for spending 5 episodes sober.
Bollocks.
25 gamer score.
None of you have got that. None of you.
I fucking have.
No, you have
I
not.
can't afford booze most of the year.
You are lying. 25 to you, Jayce. Go.
Could have had a baby by now. Spent 9 episodes sober.
Right, that's
50
bollocks.
gamer score.
That's absolutely bollocks.
No chance.
No,
You don't have
no
that
one's
one.
got
Yeah,
it.
you can't have that. That's nothing.
Never again. Spent 12 episodes being stone cold sober for 100 gamer score points.
You ain't got a chance. I failed at
No.
1.
Yeah. This is obvious. Okay, these next ones are good then. Next achievement. If I put my mind to it, for editing on the month of recording, 25 gamer score. We can have this each between us, I suppose.
No. This is your category, and I would say
Okay.
you've done it once.
Yeah, but if
Once
you
or
do it
twice.
once, he doesn't get double score. If he gets it once, he's got the
If
score.
I've at least done it, I've done it.
You don't get
Yeah,
the same
okay.
achievement
Yeah.
twice in the
Definitely.
game.
It's definitely
What it
worth-
should have been
oh,
is for not editing on the month of recording. I've always edited on the month of recording, I think. And the second part of that is I can do anything for publishing on the month of recording,
I think you've
which
got. I think you've done
I've done all
once.
apart from once, I think. So
I'm just checking.
How much is that for?
yeah. 50 game score, that one.
Fucking hell, this is so aimed at you.
Yeah, fucking hell. Did you have a word with him before he sent this in, Jayce?
Well, I'm not sure if these ones are for me. The next ones are all a group of 5 achievements. Give me a J. Use the word cunt in an episode. 5 game score.
We've
We can all have that one.
All done that one.
Give me an A. Use the word cunt 5 times in an episode. 5 game score. I'm pretty sure we can all have that covered.
I think we
Jayce.
could
Yeah, I think so.
probably all have that.
Give me a Y. Use the word cunt 10 times in an episode. And I'm not sure Matt's that
No.
fucking filthy.
I
man,
think
so
we're getting into Jayce territory now.
Yeah.
I'm not sure Adie's got that one either.
Jayce.
Neale probably has.
Yeah, probably.
Give me a C. Use the word cunt 15 times in
No,
an
that's just you,
episode.
Jayce.
That's just you, Jayce.
That's just
And
you,
give me
yeah.
an E. Use the word cunt 20 times in an episode. You think it's over
Yeah.
there, don't you? Wash your mouth out, boy, for using the word cunt 25 times in an episode. Have I done 25?
I
Has
don't
anyone got
know
the
about-
time to count those up?
I don't know about 25. I reckon at the 20 you've probably topped out.
All right, if anybody wants to go back through and listen to all the episodes and work out if I have done 25, then I'll get another 20 game score points for that, so that'd be nice. Okay, next one's I don't like it. Spent 10 minutes ranting in 1 year. 5 game
I've
score.
definitely got that. That was
We've
just
all
the
got
Gerald
that one.
episode.
10 minutes.
That one.
How much is that?
5 game score, sorry, that one.
Yeah.
Oh, 25.
I really didn't like it. Spent 20 minutes ranting in 1 year.
Oh, you can have that as well.
Yeah, I think I'll have that.
Is that 5 as well?
This is the AD.
Yeah, that's 5.
This is the AD Garlike section, isn't it?
I hate it. Spent 30 minutes ranting in 1 year for 10 game score.
Don't know if I've done 30 minutes.
Over the year, come on, Ed, that's fucking 13 episodes.
Go on, I'll take it then.
But I had to keep playing. Spent 40 minutes ranting in 1 year. 10 game score.
Don't know.
His name is Gerald is the next one. Spent 50 minutes ranting in 1 year for
I'll take it just for the
25
title.
game score.
I'll have that just for the title.
Right, next one is it's cheating whichever way you look at it for buying a game in a bundle, 15 game score. Who's bought a game in a bundle?
I'll have that one then, I suppose.
Good man.
Wait a minute.
Sold a game in a
Whoa, whoa,
bundle.
whoa.
Hang on. Who else got one in a bundle?
Adie's got a game in a bundle.
Oh, AD got a game in a bundle as well.
You got Gears of War 4, Adie.
You did.
You
No, I
bought.
haven't bought a bundle
you
though.
bought a pad?
It's a potential. It's a Christmas present.
I thought it was along with the pad.
Yeah, it is, but it's a Christmas present. I sent my wife out to get it because I wanted the pad. And because it was such a good deal, I gave her the information to go and get me it, and she did. And I haven't bought it, and I haven't actually played it yet. So, no, I'm not taking.
All right,
the
next
cost of
one, and okay, we'll let you off with that one. Next one is called Profiteer. Sold a game from the bundle, so you haven't done that.
AD sold FIFA, didn't you?
Yes, he
So
did.
this is one he's on about. The FIFA
did,
one.
yeah.
Adrian.
Yeah.
So you got both
Yes,
of those
I did,
achievements.
Slag Adie.
So that's 15 for one and 25 for the other.
that. I did. Yeah. I
You
forgot about
realise these aren't written for no reason at all, you know. Ben's a clever lad. He has listened.
that. Yeah.
Right then, next one is called But Hardware Doesn't Count. Purchase new hardware.
Yeah.
AD?
Yeah.
Matt?
Yeah.
No.
Neale?
No.
No, not for Neale.
Jayce. Yeah.
I'll have one then, go on. I'm allowed one is for playing a Joker, 25 game score.
Yeah.
Yep.
We've all played
Yeah.
Joker.
All of us.
Done that.
And should have chosen better. Play the Joker, but not or barely play the game.
Hey.
Who's going to get that one? 100 gamer score for this one. Matthew.
Nice.
Oh, I failed this.
Everybody else got a good fucking shout on theirs, didn't they?
How can he get 100 gamer score for doing it wrong?
I don't care. I like you, Ben.
Hey,
Thank you.
we don't make the rules, mate. We merely follow Ben's rules. Right, Few, that was close. Dodged a bullet once.
I think we all
Always
done
dodged
that.
one bullet.
Yeah.
And I'm getting the hang of this. Dodged 5 bullets in a year.
Has any of us dodged
We all
five?
dodged 5? I probably haven't, but I'll give you lot dodging 5 this year.
Probably. I would have bought.
Because I
at least
wouldn't have
5.
bought that many. I am Neo. Dodged 10 bullets or more in a year for 50 games.
I
score.
am Neo.
He's put a lot of effort to this. Well done, Ben. I must say, I'm very impressed.
I don't know if any of us has dodged 10, have we?
No,
Did
I
anybody
don't
have
think
bought 10
I
games?
doubt it.
Probably not. No.
Right then. Look, Mum, I'm a big boy. Completed a secret sit-down Wii in an episode.
Yes! Screw you, bitches. This must be
Neil's having one
at
of them.
least 200 gamer score for that.
10 for that one.
Fuck off, Ben.
It's only one drunken alcoholic beverage. Yeah, I think we can all have
Yeah.
that one.
Yeah. Well, that one.
Yay alcohol for drinking all their alcohols. Spelt in a drunk fashion.
I'll have
20
that.
gamer score.
I think me and Neale can have that one.
Yes, please.
Yeah.
Matt and Neale that one. Fallen asleep during an episode.
Yep.
For hidden. This is a hidden achievement for 15 gamer score.
I've definitely done that.
The sit down wee one was a hidden achievement as well, Neale. So you got that one.
Sweet.
You got two of the hidden ones. Backdoor Bandit made up an excuse to almost buy a game for 10 game score. Come on, there must have been some of these.
I'm probably on the verge of that with my Christmas revelation.
Oh, Matt can have one of those. AD, you must have got close and had a fucking backdoor.
No, I haven't, to be honest. I think
No.
if I'm guilty of that, it's the same reasons Matt just said.
I'm pretty sure we can call Neil's fucking moving house gift a fucking backdoor, so he can have one for that.
Bastards.
And finally, it's hard but worth it. Survived a year of shame, platinum achievement, blimmin' 250 gamer score points, hidden achievement. Now, do we give Matt this one because he's already said he's going to fail it?
I've already said I'm going to play games next week if I get them, and I don't believe I have failed the challenge. If you decree that that's a failure, then I will.
Well, I'm only filling it in at this point. At this point in time,
I think we should leave that
suppose
one
I
for the
can.
next show.
No.
Well,
As
I'll
it
put it in
stands.
now. I'll put it in now, and we'll see where we go. We can argue with that. We won't care next month. So
No,
fuck it.
exactly.
Right, let me do some elite fucking skills here with some fucking formulas. I'm doing formulas, boys.
I could.
At this fucking late
I
hour.
couldn't do formulas. It escaped me.
It's nearly tomorrow, and you're in Excel formulas.
That's how dedicated we are to the calls, AD.
And we're nearly at 9 days.
Or 10 days or
It's
8
10
days.
days. Come on, people.
9!
You're just lying.
Single
You're lying
figures,
to.
come
You're just
on.
lying to yourself.
I'll tell you what you can
Single
do then
figures.
to cut this down is whilst I'm doing epic formulas, you lot can do the domestics, and then I'll get back to you with the scores at the end.
Go on then. Amy.
AD,
Right, I'll do the domestics.
Go on then.
So,
one shot, one hit.
if you want... So, don't feel panicked, don't feel worried. It is December, we are at the end of our challenge, but you're still going to get another episode from us in January, which is a kind of recap on how we thought the year went, and also a list of all the games we bought in the first couple of weeks of January. So if you want to give us an email like Ben did, you can get it on or send it on yoschallenge4@gmail.com. If you want to get us on Twitter, it's at yoschallenge4. We have the Facebook group, which is what we never can remember, but I believe it's YoS Challenge 4 /2016. And pretty much, if you're interested in the next group of Muppets who are doing this, change the 4 to a 5, and you're pretty much getting them for next year. So give them a good look as well. If you want to get us on our personal Twitters, it's at Jayce Stokes, at Egg Daddy, at ADMG, and at Baron Von Pleb.
I'm such a
And
pleb
that's
as well.
the domestics.
That was the most concise and beautifully crafted domestics we've ever done. Well done, AD.
Thank
You
Matthew.
basically blew me out of the water when I thought I did it well. You just schooled me.
No Year of Fours or Gears.
Gears of
1 in.
Gears of 4,
Gears
Year
of
of
4.
Challenge 5.
Yeah.
Alright, you guys can go fuck off.
We love you, Neale. What are the scores, George Dawes?
Anger out. I'm nearly there. I'm just copy pasting formulas.
Oh,
here.
here we go. I got told off.
Do you Excel, bro?
Surely it's just auto sum highlight.
Shush you.
Right, boys. Thank you for padding so expertly. It was beautifully done, and
No problem.
not any old bullshit by any means. So the scores on the doors are in. After some fine little Excel things. Ben, next time, can you fucking do the Excel things for me so I can just fucking do it easily? Right, I'm going to read out these scores in ascending order. So in fourth place out of us
Definitely
lot, buoyed along by his alcoholic antics
Fucking knew it.
and getting himself some extra points there, was Mr. Neale Jarrett, 405 out of 1,000 game
Ben,
score points.
you just need to sort this out. This is so centric towards Jason fucking AD.
No,
Bollocks.
you need to fucking be sober. If
No.
you'd have fucking been a bit more sober, you'd have been alright.
No. Bullshit. Call him bullshit.
Right, next place, third place, with 440 game score points, was Mr. AD Garlike. So that leaves two of us left.
I thought
Let's face it, he was
500
giving you a
points.
virtual nosh off, Jayce. It's going to be you in the lead.
With 510 points, brought up massively by his playing a Joker but not barely playing the game, which somehow gave him lots of points, was Mr. Matt Spink with
Yes.
510 of the gamer score points out of 1,000. He got over halfway.
Thanks,
didn't he?
Ben.
And leading the pack, as always, is the beautiful Jayce Stokes in the third person.
So
with a-
Jayce has won purely because he says the word cunt.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, there has to be some benefit to my potty mouth, and apparently this is it.
What did you get?
Score
Sorry,
of
on
525.
On that list, what did you get for saying the huge amount of cunts?
I got a total, for my cuntage, I got 35 points, which was enough to give me the lead.
Okay.
So it's not an extra couple hundred to earn if we just sit here going.
No, not at all. There we go then, 525 points. I are the winners. There you go.
Congratulations, Jayce. It's a well-deserved victory.
No,
Ben, that's
I'm a sore
absolute
loser. This is a fucking fix.
Star there, Ben.
I'm a sore loser. I'm not
Shut
playing
up.
collection.
You-
It's a fix.
The rules are there, mate. The rules are there. We merely play by them. But yeah, massive thanks to Ben for that. It was a lovely bit of fun. When that came through, we shared it around the group and we all had a good old laugh at that. I should have been a bit more prepared for this one, but in the edit, I will have been. So it'd be fucking wicked. But yeah, if anybody else wants to tot up for any of the previous years with the things we've done here and see if they can beat us on scores, I fucking doubt it, boys. I doubt it very much.
No.
And on that note, I suppose the basics have done, and we'll say goodbye, shall we?
Yeah, let's go.
Sounds good to
Yeah,
me.
we'll see you all again next time, as Adi said, for a bit of gloating. A bit of fucking gloating.
Yeah, that'll have to be known as the smug episode where we're all wallowing in our piles of video games.
That's
As a parting shot, I just want to say to the Euroshame 5 boys, suck it up, boys.
Yeah.
Suck it up.
I'm gonna be Scrooge McDuck, fucking swimming in my video games. They come next episode.
Don't worry, chaps, because this time next year you'll be as happy as we currently are. It won't happen until then, but this time next year you'll be there.
Unless
We all
they
need
fail.
to do an American Beauty style photo shoot where we're all lying naked, covered by one video game on the penis, and lying on
Fucking
piles
things
of
that
video
come through
games.
your... What? One game on the penis?
Well, I've got a small penis.
To be a special edition.
Yeah.
There's an X
It'll be a
Spectrum cassette
UMD.
Nice.
A
Right, ladies,
digital
boys.
download. See ya.
Fucking, have you used DS cartridge?
The Year of Shame Challenge.